Morning, y'all. It's range time again. You can see we're out here at the range. We're going to do a little more testing today for you. And here we go again with the jelly contraption. So let me show you what we got. We're switching things up a little bit again today. Got our chrono, of course. We got our 2 blocks of freshly melted clear gel. I've got a video, actually. A couple people had asked me about how you melt these in the process. I've got a video that I just did about melting these, so I'll put a link here up above. Y'all check that out if you're interested in that. It's pretty interesting stuff. Time consuming, not the most exciting thing, but interesting anyway. But anyhow, what we're doing today is we're switching things up here. If y'all familiar, some of y'all might already know what we're looking at here. We're looking at the Glock 20. It's the 10mm Glock, 4.5-inch barrel out of that. And what we're going to be testing today here is, thanks to Mr. Brad Newsom for sending us these 10mm Hydra-Shoks. We're going to be testing these. And if y'all not familiar with the Hydra-Shoks, they've got that little post in the center of it. And if I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering correctly, it's been a minute since I've messed with these Hydra-Shoks. I'm pretty sure that was to aid in penetration, even if it encounters a harder barrier first. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong down there, but I think that's what the purpose of that post is and the design of this projectile is. So at any rate, 180 grain 10mm Hydra-Shok, federal Hydra-Shok. We're going to be testing that. And for our control here, we got just a plain Jane Magtech, 180 grain also, so the same weight. So 10mm, 180 grain Magtech jacketed hollow point. So should be an even comparison here, so we should definitely be able to see which one performs better than the other one. So let me get y'all set up and we'll get at it. All right, y'all, let's get to it. For those of y'all who aren't familiar with these gel tests I've been doing, if you hadn't seen any of them, check out my videos down in the video list. There's quite a few of them I've done on these. They're pretty interesting stuff. But if you're new here and you hadn't checked out these videos, the first thing I do is chrono both rounds. I'm going to do a 2-shot average on each one of the rounds and see what the average is to see what speed we're looking at. So the first ones I'm going to do is the 180 grain Magtech, the jacketed hollow point. So we'll do two round average on it and see what we're looking at. Here we go. $11.63. And $11.53. So let's go see what that average is. So that gives us an average of $11.58 on the 180 grain Magtech jacketed hollow points. So now let's test out those Hydra-Shoks and see what we're looking at there. So keep that in mind, $11.58 is the average on the Magtechs. All right, next up is the Federal Hydra-Shok 180 grain hollow points. Here we go. $1,005. And $9.97. These things are moving significantly slower than those Magtechs. Let's check out the average on these. Alright, so the average on these Federal Hydra-Shok 180 grain hollow points is only 1,001 feet per second. So that's a right much slower than those Magtechs. If I remember correctly, let's remember what the average was on those Magtechs. 1,001 on these Hydra-Shoks. And $11.58 was the average on those Magtechs. So you're looking at quite a bit of difference there. Over 150 feet per second slower these Hydra-Shoks are. So let's see what that translates into the gel here. So let me get you set up and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's jelly time. So we're going to start out with the Magtechs. The 180 grain Magtech through the Glock 20, like I say, 4.5-inch barrel, 10mm into the gel. So let's see what we get here. Magtech 180 grain. Let's get it. Shot that one pretty low, but that's all right. That gives me room for the other one. Hopefully it didn't veer down out the bottom of it. Let's see what we got. Alright, as y'all already saw in the other video, in the other angle there, looking pretty decent. Now we're going to do the Hydra-Shok, the Federal Hydra-Shok 180 grain jacketed hollow point. You know, it's got the little post in the middle, so I'm curious to see what the difference here is going to be. So let's check it out and see what we got, y'all. Here we go. I'm going to try to put this one right above that one, but who knows what's going to happen here. Let's do it. There we go. I think that was pretty much a perfect shot, right in line with that and right up above it. So let's go down there and let's check out and see what's happened with these. All right, y'all, let's take a look at what we got. First thing I can say just from glancing at it is both of these rounds performed excellent, man. As far as the wound channel, very, very nice wound channels on both of them. I can already tell without pulling them. Of course, we're going to pull them and check out the projectiles, but I can tell without even pulling them, both of them expanded really, really nice. On the bottom is the Magtech. On the top is the Hydra-Shok. So you can see the Hydra-Shok looks like it got about an inch or so more penetration. We'll measure that here to see exactly. Let's go ahead and do that right quick here. So as far as penetration, the Magtech is sitting at about 9 3/4, and the Hydra-Shok is about 11, right at 11 1/2. So yeah, the Magtech's a little over 9 3/4, probably 9 7/8. The Hydra-Shok right at 11 1/2. To be honest, I'd like to see more penetration on both of these because, like I've mentioned before, the FBI standard for this gel is 12 to 18 inches of penetration is what they would like to see in 10% gel. So we're short of the 12 on both of these. We're almost there on the Hydra-Shok, but we're definitely short on both of them. But now again, these wound channels look very nice. I mean, nice big wound channels on both of them. From this view up above, I'll show y'all here in a second, the Magtech actually looks like it got a little bit bigger wound channel. Now it's probably a negligible difference, so it's hard to say on that, but the penetration of the Hydra-Shok was definitely better. Both of them look like they started to turn around. The Magtech's almost all the way backwards. The Hydra-Shok looks like it did about a 180, maybe 90 degree, between 90 and 180. And interestingly too, I'll show y'all from above here, the energy transfer on that. I put a piece of black plastic up under here. I noticed on some of my other videos it was a little tough to see the clear whitish wound channel up against that real tan piece of wood, so I put a piece of black plastic so y'all could see things a little better. And interestingly enough, the energy transfer actually ripped this plastic through the gel, so that's pretty interesting. So let me show y'all from above here right quick, see what y'all think. All right, so we're looking kind of above at an angle, and so on the left side here, that's going to be the Hydra-Shok. On the right side down below it, that's going to be the Magtech. So as y'all can see, the Magtech definitely did a little bit bigger wound channel, and you can see that plastic down there. Like I was saying, it didn't break through the gel, but that energy transfer was so much that it actually tore the plastic. So again, Hydra-Shok upper left, Magtech down below. So like I say, the wound channel, it's noticeably bigger on the Magtech, but like I say, I don't think that's anything that we could say is any better performance, really. Who knows, really. But then as you can see, the Magtech stops there, like I say, about 9 7/8. The Hydra-Shok continues on to 11 1/2. So, and again, both of them tried to tumble. So definitely interesting what happened there. But like I say, again, to me, I can definitely tell the difference in the wound channel on that Magtech is bigger. Hydra-Shok got more penetration. Neither one really greatly outperformed the other one from glancing at it right here. But let's pull these projectiles and let's take a look and see what they look like. All right, y'all, let's take a look at what we got here. We dug them both out, and I'll just go on and tell you, they performed almost identical. Hydra-Shok here on the right, you can see that little bit of little post that's on it. We can get it to focus up. See that little bit of post it bent over? But both of them, Magtech on the left, Hydra-Shok here on the right, both of them expanded excellently. Perfect expansion on them, and I can just tell you, I don't know how well I get to it's weird angles, but they're exactly the same size on the expansion. Both of them expanded to 3/4 of an inch. Both of them expanded absolutely perfectly, as you can see. Extremely good expansion on them. Now, the one thing that is weird to me, and y'all let me know what you think about it, is obviously the penetration. Neither one of them even made it to the 12 inches, the 12 to 18 FBI standard on this 10% gel. Now, Is that a huge deal? I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. What I can say is this thing left a very big entry hole, like much bigger than the 9s I've been testing. So nice big entry hole, very nice big wound channel, and they expanded great. Like there's no doubt about it. That this would get the job done if it entered the target. Like there would be no question. It would definitely stop the threat immediately. But like I say, the penetration's odd. Let me know what y'all think. Now, you know, people who carry these 10 millimeters, there's a lot of discussion and a lot of controversy. People will say that you really got to have the right round for a 10 millimeter to see the benefit of going up to a 10 millimeter. And I 100% agree with that. I've seen it for myself out here doing some chronos before I started making these videos and stuff, and just feeling the power and the recoil out of this pistol. The 10 millimeter round, it makes a big difference on what round you actually use. When you're using just run-of-the-mill FMJs or things that are running 1,000 feet per second, you're not seeing the full benefit out of a 10 millimeter. You're just not. I don't care what anybody wants to say. You're absolutely not. Those rounds, like the buffalo bores and some of the real hot underwoods, you can tell the difference in those just by feel without even doing any testing. You can absolutely tell the difference in those. So it makes a huge difference what round you use in this 10 millimeter. If you're going to use just standard run-of-the-mill 10 millimeter rounds, you basically just got a little bit hotter 40 and 40 Smith & Wesson, and sometimes not even any hotter. Sometimes you're shooting basically the same thing as a 40 Smith & Wesson when you're talking about these real basic generic 10 millimeter rounds. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. I thought this was pretty interesting in the penetration on it for sure. And I have quite a few more 10 millimeter rounds. I have some really smoking hot, super fast underwoods that we're going to be doing some testing on, and I've got a couple other rounds too we're going to check out. So ought to be interesting to see, and you'll definitely be able to see the difference when we start getting into those really higher end rounds like that. So look forward to that for sure. But let me know what y'all think about this one. I thought this was interesting. All right, y'all, another jelly test in the books. This one was definitely a little surprising to me. I won't say disappointing, but definitely kind of sketchy compared to what I was expecting on this. You know, a lot of people, when you think about 10 millimeter, you think about some extremely powerful, just devastating type of round. And as you can see, I mean, these were, now don't get me wrong, they performed really nice. And like I say, excellent wound channel, excellent expansion. They performed absolutely perfect. But the penetration left a little bit to be desired, in my opinion. As somebody that shoots a lot of 10 millimeter, like I said, I can tell you for a fact, I've shot tons and tons of 10 millimeter rounds out here on this range, and there's a definite difference in the 10 millimeter rounds. When you shoot rounds like this that's moving around 1,000 feet per second, now granted, 180 grain projectile at 1,000 feet per second ain't no super slouch by any means, but when you get that 180 grain projectile moving at 1,400, 1,500 plus feet per second, you can tell the difference. I'm here to tell you, I don't care what nobody tries to tell you, 10 millimeter is very dependent on the round you put through it to get the full performance out of this pistol, without a doubt, 100%. So interesting results here. Y'all let me know what y'all think of these. Do y'all shoot 10 millimeter? What kind of rounds are you shooting at them? Has this changed your mind? Were you one that thinks that it don't matter, the rounds ain't that big of a deal in it? Has this changed your mind? Do you still feel that way? Let me know what y'all think about these results here, and let me know what you think about the different types of ammo. As far as price on these rounds, I can't even tell you, remember what I paid for these Magtechs, and it's been so long. These are some I've had for years. But I can tell you for a fact, in normal times, these Magtechs would be significantly less cost than them Hydra-Shoks, and I don't see a huge benefit in the Hydra-Shoks. Now, granted, the Hydra-Shoks did go a little bit further, but they were still technically under that 12 inches that you're looking for. So, I don't know. Y'all tell me, you think there's a big benefit to going with this Hydra-Shok over something like a run-of-the-mill Magtech like that. Not only that, but the Magtechs were faster. That was kind of surprising to me, I'll be honest with you. So let me know what y'all think about this. If y'all enjoyed the videos, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Check out some of my other gel test videos. I got lots of them done, plenty more coming, so y'all stay tuned for that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so when I upload the new videos, y'all can jump right on them and check them out. I really appreciate that. Leave me some comments down below. I always love reading y'all's comments, seeing what y'all think about these tests, and y'all give me some good suggestions sometimes, and I really appreciate that. Check out my Amazon storefront affiliate link down in the description. Like I always tell you, anything you do your shopping through there. It don't cost you a penny extra personally, but we do get a kickback on it through Amazon for the channel. It's a little bit, but every little bit helps, and I do appreciate y'all who've been using that. So again, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, make sure you keep track and keep an eye out. I got a lot more stuff coming, and in the meantime, y'all stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.